we can accept it was maybe a little bit of an outdraft, bit of an outplay, but this is, on paper, into the breach, they have to do a couple things right to unlock the farm to be able to get around the Timbersaw. So this is much easier for Ivy to execute, and a little bit more, a little bit more difficult on Into the Breach on just simply, winning lanes and winning the game. So yeah, I'm excited to see how this one plays out. This is like the true test now for the teams, in my opinion.
Oh, let's have a look. Let's have a look. And obviously from Into the Breach's side of things, so Taker's going to be happy. He's on the Tiny again. Pretty sure didn't die at all in the first game. And if anything, the supports that he has by his side, he's going to be even happier with this time round, having both the Bane and the IO, great heroes to help a Tiny perform throughout all points of the game.
Yeah, this is very much...
30 seconds.
We've already seen him on Tiny, though. Like, I look forward to seeing him on a different hero.
Sure, that's the thing. You're like, okay, we're seeing you Tiny.
Yeah.
It's very good. What else can you do?
I've seen him play a couple Terra Blades.
Yeah.
I know he's a real carry, but of course they're clearly liking the Tiny.
Yeah, if you can get it in the opening too, you're going to take it, especially when first game went so well. They'll probably be down to trying different things down the line, but first series you're playing with the lad, you're like, all right, well we smashed game one, let's try and not change too much going into game two. And there's definitely the approach here from Into the Breach with a relatively similar draft.
But yeah, the key thing here is that we got to see the Chessy Bristleback, which is... We haven't really seen much Bristleback. I don't think any. Maybe,
yeah, what's sort of up with the hero? Why is it not sort of up there with the other offlaners right now?
I guess you could argue about the aura buys and how you fight. Providing a stun and initiation is often more important. And obviously Bristleback doesn't provide that. This is very much going to be, again, Tano's the 4-position IO. We're not seeing a 4-pos Bane that maybe Gaming Gladiators have done before. This is all in on the Bristleback lane, and I would say that maybe Huskar will struggle in this lane with maybe level 2, 3 on the Bristleback, Quill spam plus Goo. This could be a carry Huskar that's already retreating to the jungle quite early on. Yeah, potentially.
And because in the lane, the sustain of the IO is enough to just not really make it viable for the Huskar to trade damage into the Bristle.
Yeah, exactly that. Like when you think about Huskar, he's a mid hero that often would get to level 3, then bully out most melee heroes, right? Yeah. In the safe lane, you have less XP. It's a little bit harder to get there. So you're not picking Huskar to dominate lanes, really, especially in the side lane. And you already see it here. Barely, like a third HP. Tango's giving over. They don't even have a salve in the lane, unfortunately. Yeah, this should just be a free farm Bristleback, and Huskar getting whatever where he's given.
Yeah. And would you sort of agree with the pound of low skill?
He's rather gem as well.
Yeah, I mean, got to keep our eyes on this top lane because definitely feels like one or maybe even both of Ivy's players here might go down against Chessie's aggression.
But no, yeah, in regards to matchups, like this is very aggressive top wave.
Yeah. I mean, look at them. They're ready to play around under the tower now with the creep weapons. In fact, is low skill just dead?
He's dead, mate. There you go.
I mean, is Jam dead as well? No, okay, they've not got enough creeps to keep diving with. They're more than happy just getting the first blood. Again, it's low skill.
But this is the...
I mean, this is only going to get worse, right?
No, yeah, it's going to get a lot worse. And I think... I didn't really think about it too much until, just now, but, the Ember-Timbersaw matchup, this is a matchup where you expect Timber just to be annoying, but the fact that Ember goes Flame Guard, can skip behind the tower, if you just take away the catapult waves, mid-Timbersaw loses all its value. Like, this is a hero that at minute 5, you want to have, be level 5, tanking up the creeps or so, level 4, whatever, and pressuring the tower. But Ember can play around that. So I mean, slowly favoring Into the Breach now for the lanes.
And is this something that, for Ivy, if they had a bit more flexibility in terms of what their cores were able to play, that things could have been set up better if Mobe was willing to take the Huskar mid and Ivy to take the Timber top, or just straight up swapping the lanes that they were playing? Would that have made much of a difference to the lanes?
No, yeah, I think it would have made a difference, just because I think Huskar v Ember, Huskar does well, and you'd have maybe found a better matchup. Because, yeah, right now this Huskar, if he has the HP, he might be able to get a couple creeps.
Bottom lane.
We saw the exact same thing. It was the same combo as game 1.
And if anything as well, another reason why having Tana play the 4 IO fits so nicely with Into the Breach in this game, because we've seen the tiny Bane that they played in game 1. Their laning was pretty perfect.
It was very powerful, and this is a critical lane for Ivy.
Yeah. And they're getting no CS on the Sand King here. Look at this.
It's 4 CS. It's not the one. Oh. Yeah, I mean, he tried. I mean, this is a Sand that he needs the quick blink dagger. He needs to pair with his Timbersaw, occupy some of the map, allow the Husker to somewhat catch up. Because the fact that we're looking at minute, 4 and 2. Okay, we just got double digits on the Husker. Sand just about to get there as well. This is a
tough start.
A very tough start. But no, all eyes on the last pick Timbersaw. How's he gonna kind of unlock the game? Because you would expect him going to either side lane, be it a Tiny or a Bristle, both strength heroes. He will be able to pack a punch and at least unlock some of the damage. Because Mirana can level to have good early damage. Lich, of course, with ultimate, great early damage. Sand as well.
Yeah.
But Ivy have the mechanisms. This game isn't as doom and gloom as game 1, but it's about the first movements, how they enter for sure.
Might see JM going down here. He's got the stick charges, but a lot of Quill Spray stacks on him. As indeed Chessie. He has to claim another on this top lane.
It just looks like they're playing Dire the way that they're underneath the tower so much. Yeah, there's just not a lot going on here. Yeah, Chessie soon to have Vanguard as well. Headdress Fontana. A very survivable lane for sure.
And sort of looking back at the draft, were you a bit surprised that Ivy did let through really sort of these two big cores again, the Ember and the Tiny? Do you feel like a lot of other teams after that game 1 would have wanted to take away one of those heroes? I
think this is... most teams don't want to overreact after one game. And I think if competitive Dota right now, it's, the DPs, Kottles, just to name a few. Like, there are a lot more meta heroes.
Sure,
so
rather than just the cores that the enemy's good at.
Exactly,
kind of yeah.
So I think Ivy, especially in Division 2, you have teams that stick to the meta the entire time, and they'll often get picked apart by a left field pick because they weren't ready. Or the flip side is they don't care about the meta, they care about their own identity, and then they give away too many meta heroes. And this is very much a series, or at least draft-wise, where it feels like they've respected what the meta provides. They've added their own little bit of flair, be it the Timber, be it the Bristleback. So we're in like a nice level playing field. But again, I do like what Ivy has draft-wise.
Yeah,
if they get to, like, the mid-game, they survive through.
Sure, and already there's a bit of a concern because you would have felt that they may have had the chance with the heroes they had to been able to get off the ground a little bit better in these first 5 minutes.
Yeah, there were some shenanigans that probably could have happened to unlock them a little bit better, but the fact that minute 4 you've got this Eye of Bristle running down your Lich, completely breaking down the construct of the lane, it is a little bit hard.
I imagine though, once Mobe, well, actually, now at the moment he does have the 6.
Yeah.
Now, in those sort of situations where Chessie and Tanner are diving top, we should expect to see the Timber TP up, right?
No, I'd actually... It's the opposite right now. It's the fact that this catapult wave in mid lane...
Oh, you want people to come mid and help pressure?
You bring them mid, you pressure on that, because I mentioned Ember being okay. He's only okay if he's behind the tier 1 tower, grabbing the creep wave early, using that 3-point flame guard, and killing off the wave, prematurely. The fact that he's allowed the wave to get to the tower, it could be a little bit more difficult. Like, he's only halfway to 6. So this is like a nice little mini power spike for Ivy. You bring the Mirana to mid, you take away the Radiant Catapult with the arrow, and you just start poking and prodding.
Yeah.
And in that time, that will alleviate some pressure bottom, because Sand will be able to sandstone bottom, Bane has to come mid. Like, this is a nice kind of move to kind of recover a little bit of thing. Yeah, you see here. One nice move to a tower just gives everyone else a little bit more breathing room. The flip side is this Eye of Bristle probably won't be leaving anytime soon. They are going to park themselves top.
Or really put the pressure on the side lanes. And
you expect them to passively, skip creeps, grab this wave here, go to the small camp, maybe even poke their head into the jungle if they see Husker. But no, it's all about this kind of mid moment right now from Ivy.
Yeah.
And if they aren't able to at least force some heroes to mid lane or put the tower to half HP, they're going to probably feel the repercussions of that until the next catapult wave. Because Timbersaw, he's very much a farmer up until the point when catapults arrive, when he hits towers. Unless, of course, he has a couple more items and he can look to find some kills. But in this early portion, the first 10 minutes, he is victim to the wagons. All right, here, okay, this is the moment. I say this is the moment. We're literally 5 minutes into the game. This is the moment, Owen, okay? Make or break for Ivy, this one wave. And it looks like Azantic's just going to potentially just sacrifice the tower with how he's playing.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Interesting.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So potentially just no contest. I guess Azantic just didn't have the resources. Opting for the farm.
I'll see how much damage they can get done here with Mobay.
Nice little heads-up play, though, from J4. At least grabbing the creep wave, but level 7 Timbersaw won't care too much. This tower's just going to fall. Right.
Yeah, because I mean, there is going to be this point of the game, right, where like who sort of needs to get involved to be able to kill Mobay? Like, you're going to need quite a few heroes already, right?
Honestly, I'd argue you don't have to kill him. Like,
okay, you just ignore him and get more done elsewhere.
Exactly, yeah. You just make more efficiencies happen on the map. Which is kind of what we're seeing, right? The fact that Bristol and Tiny, both soon to be 3K net worth, mirroring the Timbersaw and the great start he's had.
Yeah, but this is, very good stuff from Mobay. But 6.5 minutes, tower's taken. That's the dream when you put the Timber in the mid.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'm a little bit surprised. You know, Xantic, he is a Timber specialist himself. I was expecting a little bit more of some creep shenanigans, some movement to occur, but no, they give it up.
Cube trying to find Tanner here. Tanner's got the tether back up though, and he's over to join Chesty in the efforts to kill off JM, and they'll get the kill. Meanwhile, down bottom, they also find Max.
Oh. That's a rotation from Xantic.
And Tanner's super low. The low skill is going to struggle to really get past Chesty to get to Tanner. We'll get the courier of Chesty. See if low skill can survive. He has got a TP. And yeah, he's going to bail out. He knows that he can't stand anywhere close to Chesty any longer with those stacks building up.
I don't think anyone's killing Bristleback right now, unless the Timbersaw comes, which, you know, coincidentally, surprise,
here he is. Let's see what Mobay can get done. He's able to take down Tanner. Chesty would be the big one.
They have plenty of TPs cancelled, so we're going to play chase the Bristleback for a little bit.
And Mobay's still got a bit of mana left. Honestly, as long as he hits everything, it should be enough. There we go. All right. I mean, Mobay, he's certainly doing it at the moment for Ivy. Yep. He's really coming in big time in this early game.
No, this is the perfect window for him to, you know, he took the mid tower. As soon as that falls, he doesn't have to be mid lane anymore. He doesn't need to try and pressure. He's opened up the map for himself. So, yeah, I'm looking towards this Timbersaw, making more of these plays, continuing to
just lead the way for Ivy here.
Unlock the poor start that they had in the lane and just, you know, play behind this Timbersaw. See what's going to happen here.
Yes, it seems like Otaka makes the call not to go for the kill. Doesn't believe he has the damage at this stage.
Good old Bristleback with the, what was it, 8,000, 9,000 damage.
But look at this, Xantic's coming over. And now, with that extra bit of damage, they'll be ready to go for the kill on Max. Take down the Sand King.
No, but that was actually a really important kill for Xantic, because he's currently, due to the fact IO Bane, your support duo, he's going for the Vessel. He needs to be able to deal with that Timbersaw. Gets 2 iron charges now. I wouldn't be surprised if he just flash farms the Vessel, keeps those charges, or at least one available, for that eventual Timbersaw kill. It's going to give them, you know, in about 4 or 5 minutes time, an opportunity to maybe surprise this over-aggressive Timbersaw. But yeah, right now, pre-Vessel, it's his game to control and to dictate what his team wants to do. And you see that from the supports as well. Both Mirana and Lich, they're not messing around now in their own jungle. They're just following this Timbersaw around and hoping to collect any freebies that Into the Breach want to give. It looks like Into the Breach, they're just dodging him pretty much. Like we mentioned at the start, Bristle, they're not going to be making moves on the map. They're just going to park themselves in the enemy jungle. Xantic heavily farming mid, so yeah. They have clearly shown with their positioning they do not want to go anywhere near this Timbersaw, which is a pretty good read to have.
And talking about the Timber, are you a fan of these, the sort of increase in vanguards that we're seeing, even on heroes like Timbersaw?
I just like a fan of being tanky, I'm an undying
I guess
player
this
myself,
sort of game, you get the vanguard, and obviously that kind of the thing that's going to be killing you is the right click. So now with that and the reactive armor, it's very hard to see how you bring Mobay down.
Yeah, I think the main thing here is not the vanguard for itself, but the fact that you're disassembling it for the Lotus later on, right? Is bridging your timings pretty much. Oh. Will Xantic use this to help farm the camp? Okay, Lich stole 1 creep, 2 creep, 3, 4 creep. Damn, very effective.
Jane Frost, easy money.
But no, I think the rise in Vanguard is just because it's disassembling is allowed on it. I think if you weren't able to disassemble, we wouldn't be seeing it bought on these heroes. So even Sand King.
Are they going to try and make a go for him?
I mean, they're trying.
Do they have the damage with the 4 of them? Yeah, I think a little bit ambitious there. But maybe with the chains?
But Relo going back out.
Yeah, it's not happening. It's not happening. They're not killing him.
They have to be careful for the reinitiate.
I mean, Max, ooh, I mean, he got the creep.
That's solid gold.
He didn't get at Xantic. Mobe leading back over towards the end, but the arrow connects. As they've locked down at Xantic, Max is getting loads of the quill sprays, but Jesse, he's also going to die to Mobe. I mean, we're seeing into the breach, able to get some kills in return, but I mean, yeah, J4 ain't doing this. He's not doing this as low as Mobe may look. There's no way that this Bane can kill this Timber. I mean, yeah, this pick, and not just that, the play as well from Mobe has been fantastic. And this is, you know, we've seen Ivy struggle a lot, but honestly, this is some of the best stuff that Mobe's given us so far in the games that we've had.
No, yeah, for sure. He is really just kind of dictating the pace of the game. And I think for Into the Breach, the fact that they're able to bring his resources down to low was very good, but the overextension, that continued need to fight, did allow Timbersaw to reset and go back in. You could see there that Into the Breach just wanted to delay the map a little bit longer. The fact that, you see, he took mid lane, he's playing bot. Every minute or two he's playing bot is preventing Timbersaw just running at the Tiny. Like, he's like the unsung hero right now for Into the Breach. The fact that he is off on himself. What's that, mate?
Okay, nice one. he just put his arcane boots on ground.
Yeah, I mean,
there we go. Popped back to pick those up.
He's just trying to be efficient. God, this is a tanky build from Mobi. The Vanguard and the Hood. I know, you know, some offlane players they hate seeing both of these items on one hero, but maybe on the mid lane it's a little bit better. Poor old J4 tanking it for the boys. I would expect this to become a very quick Lotus Orb, though, from the Timbersaw.
Yeah, because that's the only thing that's going to be annoying, right? The Vessel.
Yeah, and it just got picked up. But Xantic, he has 0 charges. He wasn't able to save one from before. So we need to see them connect, get a Vessel charge.
Because at this point, you know, if they go 4v1 on him and they have a charge to throw down, then they have a chance of killing him.
Yeah, no, for sure, yeah. If there isn't a Blink Sand King behind cancelling the grip potentially, but right now Ivy's in their stride. They have the double tank items on Mobi, who from his quick buy doesn't...
Also Kaya.
Yeah.
I mean, he feels that the Vessel charge is not something that's going to threaten him.
Yeah, I expect that he's playing with the confidence of he's going to have Frost Armor, or he's going to have a reinitiation from Sand King, maybe the Invis from Mirana could play, but I always like to side in caution with these type of games. You have to respect that your enemy will have mini power spikes, and if Into the Breach don't utilize that power spike, then for sure these items will probably look great because he's going to be tanky, aggressive, not dying, even stealing some ancient stacks.
Oh, he's changed the Yules now.
Okay.
That will definitely sort of lean the way of what a Lotus can provide in terms of that dispel. See Into the Breach try and take a fight here. Oh, Chain Frost will get thrown out. JM taken out of the Lich. Cube moves in for J4, but he's got the grip. Locked down onto Max, and nothing to put a stop to it. That's 2 down on Ivy. Into the Breach. They'll be able to catch out Cube as well. So that's the kind of fight they were hoping for here off the back of picking up the Vessel. At Xantic, he's now got a couple of charges to play with.
Yeah, no, that was critical for Into the Breach. You know, Ivy, they're playing behind this Timbersaw, but you still have to respect how quickly Ember and company can quickly jump to the backlines, and the fact that your Bane has walked into the middle of the fight and full gripped the Sand King to death. It was not the cleanest of fights from Ivy. That was a little bit sloppy, and that's the one sloppy play that you make with a Timbersaw in your team that gives the Vessel charges, that gives the kind of breathing room to farm. And
I mean, because that's sort of the opening and then into that bit of a fight. That's kind of the same pattern that we saw Into the Breach fall for a lot of times, right? Where
very true.
They look pretty hopeful in the laning stage. It looks good, and then sort of the first move comes out, the first fight, and suddenly, despite that lead and strength that they've had, things just don't quite fall into place as you would imagine.
Yeah, and if you're a team in this position, you often pivot between 2 options. It's just go again. We failed our spells. We can win the fight. Or the second is, guys, just let's hit the creeps. We clearly aren't strong enough, and you kind of put yourself into this doubt. And it's the fake doubt that can prevent teams from really utilizing a lead that they built. And if you're Ivy, I would expect them, you probably not killing Bristle too cleanly outside of Timbersaw, but in the big team fight, with an Epicenter and Timber, most heroes should be falling.
So Mobe trying to start something off, but
Dire's top tower.
not able to really get any setup on either. BKB's done on low skill. So he's definitely going to get the chance to stand at the front of the fights. And this stage, at least, not too much that he has to worry about.
They're honestly really powerful right now. You know, BKB,
Yeah, they've got good timing, sir.
BKB Huskar, Blink on the Sand King. The Vessel coming shortly on Murano, which I don't think... It's important, of course, against the Bristleback, but...
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, like Ivy, even though they're down a little bit in regards to kind of how they're playing the map, I fully expect them to want to make a smoke and make a decisive entry into this game. So far, they haven't really been able to kind of connect in the moves that they've tried to dictate. You have to be careful with the relocates, though. You don't have a lot of cheap stuns, so you're relying on Arrow, Sinister Gaze, or Burrow Strike as your 3 primary ways to stop the relocate. Maybe even the Yours on Timbersaw. The Ivy, they're all... It's very much committal on one hero. They're not going to be blowing up multiple heroes. It's all focus one key target, get numbers advantage, and then swarm over them with the skirmishing abilities of, you know, Sand King Timber. You see the positioning of Tanner very nicely up in the terrain line above the Bristleback. Always ready. So this smoke here, it might look good on paper, but Tanner could be the star of the show with a nice defensive relocate. Oh, a bit
Quite
too far
able to
away.
catch Chesney with the Burrow Strike. And still a lot of damage with the Vessel.
He's reloading
and
now,
the
reloading
arrow.
now, reload.
Ooh, he's going to be able to take him out.
Oh, let's follow it. I think it's luckily not going to a neutral camp though this time.
Where'd he go?
Wait. Oh, it's back.
Oh.
Oh, it's going to go back.
It is.
Oh, it's going to bounce back eventually.
It's going to come back over here very soon. Here it goes. It's coming back.
Why'd they come back?
Oh, no. It's actually... Here it comes. Where's it going?
It went on the eye and just disappeared.
Oh, well, that was disappointing.
That was very disappointing.
Anyway, let's back to the fight. Otaker's having a bit of a clean up.
Timber's dead.
No, Tiny's getting a lot done. And again, another fight, unfortunately for Ivy, where things don't quite go as planned.
I won't lie, I was singing the Lich song.
The Lich song?
I mean, I was singing about the
I know, I was fascinated in the chain frost.
Yeah, I was very...
How that was going to go, and unfortunately, what it ended up is just sort of connecting with an eye that wasn't there anymore.
Yeah, exactly, so it just didn't do anything, yeah. It should have bounced if it hit a real hero.
Has he got Cupid?
That's a free.
Another slight should do it. Or another remnant. And another slight. As
I will
now, it's got to be concerning now for Ivy, right? That they've had a couple of fights now. It's not gone great. They've now lost the opportunity to contest Roshan. Otaker's got the Aegis for the next move.
Well, that was the massive timing, right? It was the BKB Huskar, the Blink Sand King, and if we do have a highlight of that fight, that would be great. I was a little bit fixated on the chain frost.
Maybe Ivy was as well.
Yeah.
You know, the comms have sort of started to be like, guys, that chain frost is going to be coming back. Well,
it's a meaty one, yeah.
That
was fools. All right, okay, so... Okay. Oh, God.
When does it turn round? How far does it get?
I think it turns around in about 2 seconds' time, mate. Ready? There we go. So this is what we were looking at the start of the fight.
There we go. Here's the...
Oh, my God. Oh, God. That was sinister.
Smile there.
And he's not the Lich player. But yeah, you could clearly see, even though Chains Frost not be bouncing, Ivy is struggling to connect on the key spells, yeah. It's just because Into the Breach is very tanky. You know, if you ignore the fact that you have Bane with a Nightmare save or IO with okay, yeah.
So what happened?
Okay, so the start of the fight, it is very much you kill off the IO straight away, but it's a really beautiful avalanche on 3. And then the classic committal on the Bristleback, and that committal alone, you put 3 heroes onto, you know, a 5th HP. Timbersaw actually just passively goes down to Quills on the side. The Ags as well and Chessie really doing a lot of work.
All back
and they're just dead again. Oh no!
Oh, I think for sort of the sake of Ivy, we should just go back to watching Chain Frost.
Oh, what?
Here we go, yeah.
Yes! Sorry, I've never been so happy. Oh, it's a short one. No.
The action is definitely feeling bad for Ivy.
They just can't fight.
They showed so much hope in the early stages, and it's honestly, with the fights going as they are, it's hard to feel that Ivy can turn this. but maybe. Let's see what Max can do.
Nice
good
arrow.
Very good arrow. Maybe think more Taker. He is able to beat down low skill through the BKB. Max.
He still has the Aegis. Where's the Bristle? Bristle's coming from the north.
All right, now's probably time for Ivy to get out if they have the chance. They can at least get the Aegis out of Otaka, but they don't want to stick around for a second attempt on him, surely.
They don't have any stuns available. Oh,
okay, Max. Got another Vestal charge. And actually with Bobe here, they should be able to do it. All right, Timber's back in the game. Turns up. That's what Ivy were looking for.
Ooh, and Max with the tip as well. He's trying to rally the lads.
There we go. That's what they were looking for, Ivy.
Yeah.
Still not the cleanest of fights. There were some deaths, there were some respawns that made it work for them, but it did work in the end. They get the big kills, they take down Azantic, and they take down Otaka.
My takeaway from this, though, is like Ivy, they are trying to jump and explode a hero because their skirmishing abilities, of course, with numbers advantage, they clearly have the damage, but in the bigger team fights, when it's a little bit messier, it is very hard to cleanly get, you know, the epi onto one who isn't getting reload saved. I think Ivy, they will identify from these previous couple of minutes. Don't look for the 5-on-5. Look for that quick jump, pick off with Sand King, and then smoke up and sweep across the map. And like Ember, like he's rushing Skadi, for example. Like this is a very high value Skadi game. You know, Vessel plus Skadi against heroes like Timber Husker, very, very powerful. But this is it's slowly just becoming like a little bit of a bloodbath between both teams. Like if we kill them and we can then run over our opponent, but yeah. Ivy, they are doing the smoke. They are looking ideally for a nice little pick-off. Nothing too crazy. Don't see them being the victors of a full 5-on-5 still.
Ooh, they find Otaka.
This is a big one if they can.
See if they can finish him off. The epi. Tether comes in though. Tanner trying to keep him alive, not going to be able to do so. Tanner and Otaka taken down.
What a perfect pick-off,
honestly.
Oh, that's a lot of damage too.
Who's going to timber chain off to the side, but Chessie's got it. Jump back in from Max. The defensive nightmare come out onto Chessie. Chessie is falling low, but the grip control's there. J4 locks down low skill from the side. As into the breach, you're going to be able to continue the cleanup. Triple kill for Chessie. So they've got the vision on JM. They'll get him too. As once again, unfortunately for Ivy, they're back on with these fights that they look for. They go, yep. And honestly, it was not a bad start at all. They jumped the Tiny in the IO, they get the 2 kills, but the drawn-out fights are just really just, you know, Chessie on the Bristol, he's excelling in these. And now going for the BKB next, I mean, he's completely unkillable now at this stage with the BKB and doing a lot of damage.
No one's going to touch him, and you know, for Ivy there, that was the same smoke or same play they made. Remember when they contested the Ancients? It's the exact same concept of going aggressive, stealing away some farm, maybe getting a pick-off. But the first time they did it, into the breach, fought back, delayed, continued. Now, when they've punched back, sure they lose a Tiny, but they have all the necessary items to be able to just convert an instant win. And now, Ivy, I think they've tried to go for pick-off, they've tried to go for the team fights, and they've unfortunately failed at both. Now they might even be looking at just split pushing the game a little bit longer.
Bye-bye.
He's just going in. I mean, no one's really killing him now.
Yeah, they don't want to commit too much. Chessie's low on the mana, and they know there's a high chance that Ivy were baiting with him.
If you're into the breach with the 6k lead, I expect them to start killing that was an illusion. I was like, what? Yep. But no, if you're into the breach, you gotta probably slow the game down a little bit just to get BKB on Tiny. Because the fact that he's entered a couple of fights and not felt the strongest is an indicator that you can still throw the game. He's doing incredible on levels for sure. But yeah, he does need to get himself that BKB. And I don't think I've seen this often, but Azantic is going for the trifecta of regen reduction with the Vessel, Skadi, and the Shivas. Often you like to see, you know, one guy pick up one and one guy pick up the other, but he's all in and for all of them. Big fan of this. I
think it works. You know, he doesn't have to build anything like a BKB, really. He's only died twice. Yeah. I think, you know, for the most part, we've seen Ivy. They're kind of throwing everything onto Otaka. They're really trying to focus jumping the Tiny. over the Ember and the Bristol that tend to come into the fights a little later. You know, they wait for the Tiny to be gone on. So yeah, Xantic, he's ready to just jump around and, as you say, really make life hard for Timber. Which, you know, having sort of these abilities to quickly reapply these debuffs after the Dispels, the Yules, and the inevitable Lotus that the Timber has, it's going to feel really nice to help take down someone that's as tanky as Mobe.
Yeah, I'm going to keep note of that. He had 69 regen there with the 24 stacks, level 18. So let's keep an eye when in the fight.
That's going to drop, yeah.
Yeah, how drastically does it drop when he has the Skadi and the Vessel and the Shivas? Yeah, this Timber is not going to feel as tanky anymore. Of course, armor feeling good. Alright, I like the optimism from Ivy. Smoking behind the Timber Store. Unfortunately, did get broken because the Ember, when he slights, his hero does move with the slight.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh, Max. He's going to try and get the jump going.
Nice nightmare.
And Xantic, indeed, he's going to be able to be helped through the follow-up of the arrow. Mobe's got to run because Otaker's put the BKB, low skill as well, BKBing, but having to run away.
DD Tiny.
As they're ready to chase them down. There were, in fact, 3 heroes there, believe it or not.
I don't know if I can believe you, Owen. I don't know if I can believe you.
Oh my goodness.
God.
Well, that was... Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That is the quickest I think I've seen 3 heroes just disappear.
Oh, let's watch that again.
That is one of those cases where, you know, Otaker's already saying they're dead on my screen.
Bam! Oh, full.
That was dead.
Oh, you love to see it. Oh, God.
That is... Tiny players right now, they're putting this on more loops than we're playing it on.
If I don't see that,
what you're watching, just If
I don't see that on the front page of Reddit by the end of tonight, I'll be ashamed with you, Dota community.
That was.
I'm gonna watch that again after the game. Your production, can you save that? Download it.
That was
the PCs.
That was some good stuff. Let's
there we go.
Put that straight into my veins.
Look at that. The thing is, though, Owen, you're the core player. I'm the support. I'm often the lich in this scenario.
Yeah, true.
Why am I happy?
It really depends on it. This is one of those clips that, you know, half the audience is like, oh, and the other half is like, yeah, I hate this. This is what is this?
Get him out of the game.
It kills me. And what it. Look at that.
You know the sad thing in this highlight?
Great stuff.
The sad thing is Max valiantly trying to burrow strike the BKB Tiny. You're like, no, stop, don't hit my friends. Like, please, leave them be.
That's a lot of damage.
Oh, that is too much damage.
Yeah, and...
2 lanes of racks went down whilst we were salivating over that
They did,
play.
but that was the boring part. You know, the racks going down. Who cares about that? We want to see some heroes get cleaved.
Got Chesney just by himself. This is technically a 1v4, but the BKB is kind of cheating.
Look at the chain frost thrown out. Yeah, where's the Tiny? Oh, here he is. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. I've got the grab on him. He's put the BKB. He has been disarmed. He's getting a little low, but he has the Aegis. And this time it's going to be Chesney that's doing the cleanup crew anyway, so it doesn't matter that Otaker's out for a few seconds. Chesney will still be cleaning them up one by one. And it's getting messy now. 20k lead. As the solid start that they had in the lanes and around the pad, the Timber Saw, very much nothing more than a distant memory, unfortunately for Ivy at this point.
I'm going to cross another high. Can I see the... When Ember slighted? Nice. Okay. I didn't want this.
Here we go.
Look at it, beautiful. Wait for it one more time. Yeah! So... In that little play there, I saw a nice little cute thing from Xantic on the Ember. As he slighted, he used the Ember active, the gem active, sorry, to get the vision as well.
Oh yeah.
So he like slighted,
reach,
he put the gem vision down, then backed off, which then allowed for additional spells to come in on top. Of course, I think the Bane was there with vision. Yeah, you see here? Look, see there? He literally, during the slight, he put the gem down, the gem vision down. Of course, nice. J4 was in the area to get vision anyway, but like, it was just, wait, did he actually have? That was banging. I like that. Heads up play from Ember with gem. I thought I'd have to analyze something and not just make sounds of Tiny cleaving.
Well, see, that was the clip for like the...
yeah.
Well, I was going to say for the support player, but no. I was like, it's a gem. That's a support item. There you go, support players like that. But of course,
here we go.
One more time. This one. Yeah, come on, here we go. Who's he attacking here? Which hero is the target? I don't know which one he was attacking. One of them. All of them.
I mean, he's going to do it again.
Here we go again. Some more damage ready to come out from the Tiny. Low skill's probably dead. He is. As once again, there's Will be into the breach, just taking down Ivy, one by one. Jane will throw out a Chain Frost. It's not going to do much whatsoever, as this game, we're going to see the G's. There we go. GG is called, ladies and gentlemen, into the breach. I'll take this game 2, and with that, the series, it is theirs. 2-0. I mean, without a doubt, Ivy definitely coming back with a bit better of a punch in game 2 to game 1. Game 1, they kind of, you know, they lost hold of the game very early on. Game 2, they had a bit of a showing at the start. A solid start from Mobe, but